Good morning, everyone. I am number 2. And this morning, I'd like to tell you a story called The Happy Prince. High above the city stood a beautiful statue of the Happy Prince. His eyes were 2 sparkling red rubies, and his whole body was covered with leaves of fine gold. One night, a little swallow flew over the city. "I will join my friends in Egypt tomorrow," said the little bird to himself. "But for tonight, I must find somewhere warm to sleep." Just then, he noticed the golden statue shimmering in the starlight, and he settled himself between the feet of the Happy Prince. As he fluffed his feathers and prepared to sleep, a drop of water fell on him. "What? Is it raining?" thought the little swallow. But then he looked up and saw that tears were running down the golden cheeks of the prince. "Who are you?" he asked, "and why are you crying?" "When I was alive," said the Happy Prince, "I lived in a castle far from the city and knew no sorrow or suffering. They called me the Happy Prince. When I died, they placed me up high on this column, and from here I can see all the ugliness and misery of my city. Also, my heart is made of lead. I cannot choose but to weep. Little swallow," he continued, "please take some of my gold and give them to the poor people of the city." "But I have to go to Egypt tomorrow," cried the little bird. "Please, little swallow, please," pleaded the Happy Prince. "Just one night." "Okay, very well. I will stay just one night, but the next I must depart for Egypt." The following night, the prince had another mission for the little bird, who once more promised to stay just one more night and help. After 2 weeks, there was no more gold left on the prince. "Little swallow," cried the prince, "please take out my ruby eyes and give them to the poor." "Dear prince, I cannot do that," cried the little bird, and he began to weep. "Swallow, please do as I command," said the prince. When the swallow returned, he said to the prince, "You're quite blind now. I will stay with you always." And he slept at the prince's feet. In the morning, the mayor of a city was walking by the statue of the Happy Prince. "How old and shabby it looks!" shouted the mayor to his workers. "And look, there is a dead bird at his feet. Take the bird and the statue to the trash heap." "Bring me the 2 most precious things in the city," said God to one of his angels. And the angel brought him the lead heart of the prince and the dead bird. "You have rightly chosen," said God, "for this little bird shall sing for me in heaven, and in my city of gold the Happy Prince shall live forevermore." Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Leo.